All right. Oh, for what?
Last Sunday, I told you that I'm going to get a macular disease. And you said they give me a shot now. I said that. I said a word. Thank God you didn't remember.
Said what?
I said something in church I will never do. And I said, damn.
Oh,
Because you caught me off guard. Yeah, okay.
yeah, Tricia can tell you about that.
She told me about it.
Yeah, she tell you all about that. Her and her daddy, and I see, well, she passed away now, but Joanna and Nita and them's mama, she used to have them too. That's a common thing. The macular generation or whatever, that's kind of a common thing.
Yeah. Well, he told me when I said it. Told his son smoking or whatever.
Yeah.
A couple of things to be. Yeah. When I see him again, I say, yeah. I told my pastor. He said, yeah, go scare blood y'all out.
All right, let's get started. David's not going to be here, and Denise is her exact words as she was taking her sweetheart out to eat for his birthday. I started to ask her if Bobby knew about it, but so anyway, so they're that's where they're at. So we're not going to do any music. We're going to take some prayer requests, and then we're going to jump in. I promised you Sunday that we would be in Ezekiel 36 tonight. Basically 26 and 27. We're probably not going to get that far. This has ended up, the more I've studied this, the more there is to this that I want to talk about than I thought was there. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to preach out of this passage Sunday morning too. There's a lot here. Yeah. So prayer request. As Stacy was just sharing with me, this coming Tuesday he has an MRI on his shoulder, possible rotator cuff kind of deal. They're going to check all that out. And his mother's, Bonnie's health is declining rapidly. So keep her and him in your prayers. Mike's got all kind of stuff going on with his eyes, possible injections in the eye for that macular generation and all that. So keep Mike in your prayers. He ain't happy about that. I don't blame him. I wouldn't be happy about that either. Keep praying for Vernon. Vernon's doing some better, but still struggling. That's Vernon. Who else? There's somebody else I had on my mind. Ursula. Yeah. I can't remember what's wrong with her, besides there are about 8 other things. But what? Septic. That's right. I couldn't remember. That was earlier in the week. Yeah. And your neighbor, Dorothy, that's her name? How is she doing?
Well, she's at the hospital now. She's in some rehabilitation center for about 2 more weeks. That's the last update.
So she's not home?
No, she's not home yet.
Okay. And her last name is Clampett? Huh? I don't know where in the world I got that from. Anyway, so keep her in your prayers. She's been here a couple of times and then she got sick. So, so I look forward to be back. She's just pray for Keith Hastings as well. I talked to him yesterday. He's on the good side of the shingles, if there is one. It's not as bad as it was. But he got a pretty bad scare too the other night. They called him from the hospital and told him they needed to see him from one kind of a scan that he had done, and he went up there and he was at Shelby Hospital for about 5 hours, and then the surgeon basically told him that whoever read the report didn't really kind of know what they were talking about, so there wasn't no problem. So yeah, so after sitting and flying, rushing to the hospital, and then driving home in the pouring down rain on top of it after all that night, he he's had a rough week, and a rough week and a half, really. So continue to pray for Keith and Barbara as she puts up with him and all that. And you're shaking your head. Am I missing? Especially Barbara, because she has to put up with him. Yeah. He's had the shingles bad. I mean, he's had them, bad. According to what he told me, very, very uncomfortable places is where he's had them, too. It hadn't been like they was on his back or on his arms. He's had them in places that very, very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I agree, but some places is more delicate than others, if you know what I mean. That's all I'm saying about that. You know, when we was in seminary, they told us, they said, you know, when you're in the pulpit, you don't talk about, I say, what do you not? You don't talk about babies, you don't talk about bathrooms or bedrooms, and bathrooms, bedroom, and babies. Yeah, the 3 B's, babies, bathroom. Yeah, you don't talk about that in the pulpit. I'm waiting. Okay.
And she's got a cyst has come up on her back. It's very painful, so she had a hard time even getting to church on Sunday. Luckily got a pushed through a doctor's appointment on Monday. So it was like in July, but they cut open and she got in Monday. They lanced the cyst. It's got a lot of infection in it, and they don't really know why she got it or how she got the cyst. It's like an oil gland cyst, maybe of some sort. Better name. Anyways, open wound at this point. They're having just to let it drain and do its thing. So she's in a lot of pain, can be on antibiotics. It really pushes this second knee way out somewhere. Because if she had waited, the doctor told us if you'd waited any longer to come, so I'm so glad we got you in, because the infection would have been horrible. It would have been really bad in her body, but you're waiting longer. She's kind of in bad shape.
It's probably some kind of MRSA or something.
Well, it's, I don't know, anyway, they got one.
Yeah. I mean, everybody freaks out over MRSA, but we all got it. Yeah.
Anyway, she said she was pretty sick when she got home.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check on her.
Continue to pray for Dave Brown. He's the young man Hunter's friends with some of his friends, but then we know some of his friends too. That young man that had a motorcycle accident several weeks ago. He is in rehab now, but he had a shunt in his brain placed today. As far as I know, he made it through 5. But
Yeah. And that sounds wild because it's a brain thing, but there's tons and tons of people who've had different kind of brain injuries that have. My dad has one for the rest of his life. Yeah, it basically, after you have a brain injury, there's places in your brain that literally will bleed, will drain a fluid, and what that shunt does is it allows that fluid to go through that and goes into your body cavity and it absorbs it, and rather that or your head swell up. Yeah, and that causes all, they'd have to bore a hole in your head like they did Miss McNeely, and that causes all kind of problems. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, we'll pray for them. Sure, certainly. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Danny Brooks. Nick Brooks' daddy.
Nick's daddy. Yeah.
Fell and broke his hip, then come out of surgery after they did the hip replacement, had a stroke.
Had a stroke. I knew he had a stroke.
Now he's in rehab.
Okay.
And today was the first day he stood up in 2.5 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
He's battling.
Yes, sir. John?